arrowheads turned out very nicely. They have adhered to the poplar dowel very firmly. They're not going to come off at all. And the foam seems to be very nicely glued together as well. So my next step is to sand down, first of all, this surface. I don't want that texture there, so I'll just sand that off. And then I'm going to angle it. And the best tool for this is going to be my disc sander. So I'm just going to try that on. First I'm going to flatten the front. See how that's flattening that? Okay, so now I'm going to start shaping it. Clean that up with some sandpaper. That'll look really nice. There's a little bit of a edge that can be pulled off. And I'll be able to paint that. And from a distance, that's going to look pretty darn nice. And that's going to be my safety arrowhead. I think it's going to be pretty safe. I have a old can of sealing paint, white sealing paint. It's not primer, but I'm going to use it that way because it's really no good to me. You can see all the rust around the rim of the can, and it's gotten into the paint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the arrowheads and dip them all the way into it and saturate the rubber, and then wipe off the excess paint with a brush and then let them dry. Totally submerging it. Getting off the excess paint. This is just a primer layer, so it really needs just to be a thin coat. Okay, now that I've got the most of it off, I'm going to go back upright. I'll probably revisit this in about 5 minutes or so and get rid of any other drips which might have formed here on the bottom due to gravity. Yep, so you can see there's one on that one that I'd done. Other than that, it's drying pretty well. And here they are drying, a nice collection of non-deadly arrows. I'm getting ready to do the glue up on this first bow here, and I'm going to be gluing the top board to this bottom board. And right now there are some gaps, small gaps, but they're still there, that can't exist when I do the glue up. So I'm going to have to put some clamps all over the place, probably about twice as many clamps as I have now. And I'm going to put some cawls between all those clamps, some wooden pieces, which are going to be giving me even pressure throughout. Now, I have no good way of clamping at these spots, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill some large holes here, just like I have a big hole here that allows me to get some clamps at weird angles. I'm going to put one here, and I need to do the same thing on the other side so that I can get more clamps to make sure that we have an absolutely tight bond between these two boards. Okay, that gives me room to do a clamp right there. I can get a clamp here. I want to be able to get a clamp right there. Okay, I don't need any farther down here because I can clamp those to the bench fairly easily. And I need to do the same thing on the back side, which is going to be a little bit harder to get to.